Okay, so for perimeter, that is if you have a shape and the perimeter is this space right here around the shape. So we measure it by adding sides together. So if this is 5 feet and this is 5 feet and this is 5 feet and this is 5 feet, we basically do 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. 20 feet. So that's perimeter. No matter what the shape is, you're just going to go around the shape. If it was a rectangle and this was 3 and this was 12, this has to be 3 and this has to be 12 because these sides are the same size and these sides are the same size. So we would do 3 plus 12 plus 3 plus 12 and say this was centimeters. We would do 24, 27, 30 centimeters. So that is perimeter. They also show it when the shape is odd. Like this. Still, you would have this measurement, this measurement, this measurement, this measurement, this measurement, this, and this. And say this was 10 and this was 3 and this was 3 and this was 3 and this was 7 and this was 5 and this was 5 and this was, say, 4. We would do 10 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 4 plus 3 and plus 5, and then that would end right here. We already have the 10 in there, so then we would just add this up. 10, 13, 16, 21, 28, 32, 35, 40, and say this was inches. It would be 40 inches. Let me just make sure that is all. Okay, they might show it like this, and then you would just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, it'd be 14 inches. This right here would be 4, and since it's a square, they're saying that this is 4 and this is 4. That means this is 4 and this is 4. So if it is missing a measurement, most of the time it is because it is the same on one side as it is on the other. The only ones that aren't like that is when it's an odd, weird shape. It's not like a square or a rectangle. So this one would be 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. This is 16 inches. This one is 5 yards, then this is 5 yards, this is 4 yards, then this is 4 yards. So we would just add 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 5, and you can write it in If this is 5, this is 5, and if this is 4, this is 4. So then you can write it in like this if it helps you keep track, and then do 5 plus 4 plus 5 plus 4. And then we just start it right here. We already have the 5 down for this side. So the answer would be 18 yards. Okay, for area, area is different. Each shape has its own formula. So for area, we don't just count things unless it is boxes like this. In that case, you can just count how many squares are inside of the shape. So we talked about perimeter being this area right here, or this space right here. Area is this space inside of here. So we would use a different formula for the space inside of a shape. And it's either going to be that they give you these boxes, in which case you just count them. This is 15, say this was in meters. So it'd be 15 meters. And then every time you do area, your label for your answer is whatever the measurement is, and then you put a 2 right here. That stands for squared. So you put a 2 right here for area. For perimeter, you just write the measurement. You don't write, you'd write 15 meters, and then you would not put that 2. But this is area, so we have to put that 2 in there. Okay. Another way you can figure it out is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 rows. So you can do 5 times 3. This is the length of the shape, and this is the width. So area for this is length times width, or you can just add all the squares up. Okay, so if we had a rectangle and this was 7 feet and this was 2 feet, we know that this is also 7 feet and this is also 2 feet. So what this means is we have our length here and we have our width here. So we would do area equals length times width. That's our first step if they give us the measurements. We don't count the boxes. So this is the length. We're going to do area equals, and then we fill in whatever the length is, which is 7, times the width, which is 2. Now we solve this. Area equals 14. And then what is the label? It's feet. So the first step is to write the formula. For a rectangle, it is length times width. Then we solve the problem, or we plug in our length and width. Then we solve what is 7 times 2. Our fourth step is to label our answer, and our fifth step is to put the square by the label. So it's feet, and then you put a 2 up here. Okay, for a perfect square like this, this is 4 inches. That means this is also 4 inches, this is also 4 inches, and this is also 4 inches. So we use a different formula for square. We do S squared. So to square a number, this little 2 right here means squared. And what we do is we take the 4 and we plug it in S stands for side. This is a side, this is a side, this is a side, and this is a side. So in place of our S here, we put a 4, and then we put a squared. What this means is that you take this number and multiply it by itself this many times. So some kids think it's 4 times 2. It is not 4 times 2. It's 4 times 4 because we're multiplying that number times itself. Not times 2, but times itself. So this would be area equals 4 times 4. And now we solve it 16 inches, and then we put our 2 there. Okay. The next thing is when you have an odd shape. So this says, find the area of each figure. So this is one whole square, 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 one whole square, one whole square, one whole square, 1, 1, 1. The rest of these are not whole squares. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 whole squares. And then we have to add it to these part of squares. So we just have to take an estimate. This is half, so we're going to write half, and this is half. And this is a little more than half. So how about if we say this plus this is about half. So that gives us another one. So that's a half. 1. A half and a half is 1. And then this together with this is 2. So now we have these ones done. All of these 4 squares equals 2. And then this plus this is about another 1. So that's 1 more. And then this and this and this are about another 1. So we're done with that. And then this and this are about another 1. So it helps to fill them in like this, because then we make sure that we have everything and we can do this and everything can line up and we make sure that we have everything. So it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's about 14 or 15 square units, and they want you to estimate it as well. So you could say it's about 14 or 15 and then count it up and get the accurate answer. For this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes. And then this and this are a 1, about a 1. Doesn't have to be exact, you're just estimating. And then this and this is about another 1. And then this is almost a complete one. So I'm going to take this with by itself and this by itself. Even though it's missing a little teeny one, that's another 1 and 1. And then this and this is about another 1. And then this and this is about another 1. So it's about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 14 square units. Okay, I think that is good. So for this one, we have 12 feet is the length and 6 feet is the width. So I told you the area equals length times width. Then we fill in 12 is our length and 6 is our width. So that's 72. Then we label it feet squared. Okay, here's an example of one where they're leaving out a piece of We don't have a measurement for this whole side. So they're saying this is 16 inches. This is 13 inches. This right here, we don't know what this is, but we do know that this right here is 4 inches and this right here is 4 inches. So it is our job to find out what this is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the other side and I'm going to take this off because they told me that this was 4. So I know that this piece right here, from here to here, is 4. And then because this is a perfect rectangle, I know that if this side is 13, this side is 13. Now I add these two together because there's 2 measurements that make up this side right here. We have 13 here, from here to here, and then plus 4. So that is 17 plus 16 plus 13. And then this with this, let me erase it so you can see what we're doing here. My eraser's gone. This side is missing as well. We know that this side and this side are equivalent, but 4 inches are taken up with this. So we would do 16 inches minus 4. This is 12 and this is 4. 12 plus 4 equals 16. So this side right here is 12. So we would add that up. So we have 17 plus 16 plus 13 plus 12 plus 4 is right here, plus 4. So we would add that together. 17 and 13 is 30, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 62, 66. And I would do exactly how I'm doing it to keep track so you don't add something twice or forget to add one of the things. So it's 66 and our label is inches. And because it's perimeter, we don't put the 2, we just put the inches. So I would like you to try to figure this out. And they gave us all of these measurements, so we don't have to fill any of these in, but we do have to fill this side in by trying to figure out what this side is, comparing it to this side. And then you can also try this one right here. This is 9 inches, this is 6 inches. So how much do we think this measurement is right here?